It was supposed to be Miguel Prado's first kill, but instead, he decided to go for a 2-for-1 special, so therefore, I think it's time to talk about what happened last night. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review Dexter Season 3, Episode 9, and this one is titled About Last Night, because we've got answers, we've got questions. What happened last night? Well, Miguel, supposed to add 1 kill to his name, and he decided to make it 2.
So nice, he had to do it twice. He's got the taste for it. It's like the donuts that Dexter brings in. It's like all the lovely meals they've got. Every 3 seconds in Dexter, it's like, here, do you want to go down to the marina? Do you want to go to the steakhouse? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? It makes you in the mood for beer and food, doesn't it?
It does. So Dexter is enjoying his breakfast the day before. Obviously happy now that he's got someone to share his, I guess, profession with, his his lifestyle, his one true love.
His hobby. Killing
people. But Sylvia knocks on the door. She's worried about Miguel. She thinks Miguel is cheating, having an affair. Dexter's like, nah, don't worry. Me and him were out last night. We were busy. We didn't get home till late. It must have been about midnight. And then Sylvia explains that he only got home an hour ago, and right now it's like 8 a.m. So he got home 7 hours later than Dexter. Plus, Dexter was the one that actually stayed behind to take care of the body, disposing the body. So at this point, Dexter, things are wrapping up in his mind, and he must be thinking, right, where the hell did Miguel go? So Dexter tries to contact Miguel, and I mean, he doesn't half make it obvious here that he's worried about him. He keeps phoning Miguel, checking in. You doing all right? What's up, Miguel? Miguel, are you there? Miguel, though, tells Dexter, you don't need to keep phoning me. I'm all right. I'm fine.
He's safe. I'm fine. But I tell you what, they need to work on their alibis. It's one thing Dexter confronting him about his alibis, but they need to be on the same page. It's like, right, if she comes and asks you where I was, or she, Rita asks you, this is what we were doing. But again, I guess they were at different locations. But they should have had the alibi about 12 a.m. wrapped up. But I guess Miguel did his own thing after that.
Yeah, well, Dexter thought he was going home, so that's irrelevant.
Yeah, I know, but it's been a problem this entire season.
But Dexter can't create an alibi for Miguel, because he doesn't know Miguel's going to go and kill Ellen Wolf.
Yeah, but I'm saying they should have this in place prior. I know, I get it, the whole Ellen Wolf thing, Dexter can't do anything about that, but he was left on his toes here. He was stuck at the front door on 111. He was on the madhouse. Dexter didn't know what to do, and he came out with the best answer he could. But Miguel shafted him. Miguel snookered him.
I don't know. Maybe that was I don't know. Maybe they already agreed to go to the bar. We don't know.
No, they didn't agree to go to the bar. My point is, they need to actually get their alibi across.
Why do they need an alibi? If they're both going to say, we were at the bar, then why do
they both need to... But Dexter says he was at the bar to her. But Miguel didn't say that. Miguel didn't come in to eat. That's what I'm saying. They need to get it across that they're both doing it. That's the problem, though, when you've got 2 people doing it instead of 1. Dexter can cover his own tracks. Covering your own tracks and someone else's is a whole different ballgame.
Anyway, Anton is still missing. He's been taken by the Skinner, and the chase is on to find him. Debra initially blames Quinn, but then Quinn tells her the truth, that it's her fault, because she was sleeping with him, she kept him in town, and then when she found out that he didn't leave, she didn't do anything about it. She could have put police on him, but she didn't. Then she accepts it is her fault, but I guess Quinn feels bad, and he goes, nah, wait, it's actually my fault, because I made him be the CI, even though he didn't have to be. So they pick up George King. Debra's very aggressive to George King, threatens George King, but basically they can't really do anything. They can only hold him for a certain period of time, and they believe as soon as George King escapes, then it's all over for Anton. Anton is going to be killed, because normally when the Skinner starts, you don't have that long before. Initially, Debra does ask Dex how long does he have, and Dex basically tells her in his own way, not very long. I guess I don't know, I mean, she wants the truth, but I guess she also doesn't want the truth. Anyway, George King continues to get interrogated by Debra and Quinn, but he keeps his cool, a bit like a cucumber, and there's not a lot they can do. So they decide to go and speak with one of his employees, and they basically set the employee up and pretend that he has in fact gave them information about George King, and this essentially makes the employee rat. Now, it's kind of cool because they drop him off back at his home, and he can see that his trees have been cut, so therefore he thinks the Skinner is closing in, and he's going to be next because the Skinner believes he's talked, but in reality, Quinn has paid a bunch of gardeners money to cut this guy's trees while he's been locked up by the police. So, yeah, they kind of convinced this guy to give some information on George King, and he says that King indeed has a property. I wouldn't even call it a property. It's like a fucking, I don't know, it's like a little shack or something underneath a highway. A strange location to rent.
It's a good kill room though to have, I guess. But I mean, it would alert all the red flags in the area. It's like, why you got this? Why are you renting this and paying it in cash as well?
I know, but like, what's stopping like random people if we just coming across that?
Well, imagine people walking.
Yeah, well, it's on a highway.
It's underneath the highway.
Yeah, well,
They're not walking their fucking dogs.
Who walks their dogs on the highway?
Under the highway.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing there.
It's a field. Do people not walk their dogs through fields? I mean, I think you're thinking this way too much. Like,
not near highway. I don't know any fields near highways where people walk their dogs. Like, fields in the countryside maybe, or not. I don't know any highway fields.
What? What are you smoking? It's just somewhere where people walk their dogs. It's out in the open, man. Anyone could walk past it.
Well, there's no path, so I just don't really know why people would be there. There's a highway in the middle of nowhere. It's like, surely to get to there, you would need to take a car to get there.
It's not out in the no. I mean, hold on. George King walked to it.
Because he's a mad bastard, and it looked out of place. Him walking up it looked like a tool walking up the highway. So
no, he's not walking up the highway. The highway's above them. He was just walking down a normal road.
I don't think he was. I think he was walking
I know
up the
for
highway.
a fact he was. No, he was not walking down an on-slip. There's no way he was.
I think he was.
No, he was walking over, I guess, wee mini.
Well, who cares? They get there, it's locked, can't get in, so Quinn decides to take the car, ram it into the building or whatever it is, the door, and the wall falls down. They rescue Anton. He's bleeding, he's not got much energy, his skin's been peeled off, but he's alive, I guess, so that's one thing.
What's the end game with this skin though? I mean, it's not going to grow back. Well, it could grow back, but I think that much damage has been done.
Now, I think George King was going to finish the job here, but he never got a chance to, so yeah, he took off running. As for Dexter, after it kept going round in his head, he didn't believe Miguel. All the evidence was pointing to that Miguel was lying, so he goes to Ellen Wolf's house, he finds blood, and he just kind of puts it together that Ellen Wolf's been killed by Miguel, but he doesn't want to believe it, so he does the only thing that Dexter knows what to do, really, and that's follow up on his tracks. So the only place he has told Miguel, or the only place Miguel knows about disposing of the body, is, of course, in the cemetery. So Dexter goes and checks to see which graves have been freshly dug. Those 4 graves. He checks the first one, he gets it all clear. He's checking the second one, he's beginning to think this is a false alarm and that Ellen Wolf's going to be okay, but it turns out she's not going to be okay because she just gets Dexter's shovel right in her face. Dexter then reveals some of the compost, the dirt, and yeah, it's confirmed that Ellen Wolf is dead. So Dexter can't believe it. He goes to Miguel. He says, I thought we had an agreement. Miguel's like, yeah, we did have an agreement that we wouldn't kill her together. I did it on my own, so...
That's a shitty loophole, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Miguel, it was a shitty loophole, but, I mean, technically, I guess he's got a point there, so I think it's a bit naive for Dexter to believe that he could introduce Miguel to this, and he would have 100% say in who they kill, when they kill, why they kill. That's not very smart, in my opinion, for Dexter to believe that Miguel, a man of Miguel's, like, power and dominance and importance, is just going to be Dexter's little sidekick.
Yeah, it's not going to work like that. I mean, you can clearly see that Miguel's an alpha male. He's not just going to take, you know...
Yeah, he's not going to be like...
And also, I mean, I know Dexter didn't kill Dokes, but he got Dokes killed. Dexter.
Yeah, he did. So
you look at Miguel here. I mean, I'm not going to pretend what Miguel did here was brilliant in the last episode, but you can see why he thought this woman was evil.
You know what? I'm actually going to make a case and say that Dexter has, I think, killed people less deserving of death than Ellen Wolf.
The psychiatrist?
No, I suppose he... Yeah, well, I guess he didn't actually kill any. I was thinking more the drunk driver. It's a shit thing to do. But I mean, it is kind of an accident.
It is, yeah.
And
No, no, I
you know what I
agree.
mean? He killed that drunk driver, and I know the guy had done it twice, but and it's like I'm not saying it's not, drink driving sucks. Don't do it. And if you kill someone, then yeah, that's manslaughter. But I mean, I think there has been a few instances where he's killed people like that, and it's like they haven't necessarily been evil murderers. They've maybe been selfish, and their actions have killed people, but they've not exactly been murderers.
The
And
only thing not going well for Miguel though is it was brutal. The murder. It wasn't
yeah,
like he just injected her and then slit her throat.
so yeah, Dexter then tries to get his point across to Miguel that he's the man in charge. So he reveals the body. He digs up the body so that it will be found. It is found by a couple of kids playing. Masuka is on the case and he can't really determine how she died. He's like, take your pick. So there's puncture wounds, strangulation, pretty much everything you could think of. So yeah, it looked like this kill was personal for Miguel. Dexter meets with him again and basically tells him, look, you can't do this. But Miguel is pretending that he's listening, but in reality, I mean, he's not really. He also feeds Dexter some lines that he spoke to Rita earlier, so it's almost like he's just repeating the same shite. Nothing Miguel says at this point really comes across as heartfelt. He just kind of says what he believes people want to hear. So yeah, there was also a scene where Miguel went to speak to George King to try and get him, I don't know, locked up, try and contain him. But all he did was get him free. So was Miguel planning on killing George King as well?
I think potentially, yeah, because he got the excuse to turn the cameras off, and then God knows what he said to him. So I think Miguel did do that. But I think Dex was actually quite lucky, because if Miguel's wife didn't come to him, and Rita didn't say this whole sentence that he repeated to Miguel, he wouldn't really suspect Miguel of anything this episode.
He does expect he does expect Miguel is lying to him though, so he goes to the department to run the blood-stained shirt that Miguel gave him. Also, Miguel is there at the department checking up on Maria. Dexter is checking the shirt, and it turns out that it's not Freebo's blood, it's not even human blood, it's bovine, it's cow's blood, and Dexter realizes he's been getting used this entire time. He didn't create a monster. He was used by a monster. Dexter goes insane, starts smashing things up. We can see all the people on the outside reacting to this as if they're shocked. Dexter's throwing computer equipment, throwing anything that's not nailed down, essentially. And he screams the name, Miguel! But Miguel actually pops through the door, and he asks him, hey, Golf, 9 rounds tomorrow, I say? And Dexter turns around, calm in the chair. You bet. And that was it. Miguel walks off, and Dexter says tomorrow Miguel is going to feel exactly how Dexter feels right now, because he feels real. And that was the end of the episode. So yeah, Dexter and Miguel not agreeing on who deserves to die. They agree on what justice is. Anton saved, and the Skinner is still on the loose. So
Tell you what, though, what would have happened if Miguel gave him the shirt and Dexter tested it straight away? Because that's the thing Dexter would do. Like, what if he tested the shirt back in like episode 2 or 3 and he found out it was Kai's blood then? And he'd been like, you're fucking bullshitting.
you're a bullshitter, Miguel. Anyway, time to rate the episode. I'm going to get a 7.
Yes, I will give it a 7 also.
Is that it?
Yeah, thought it was solid. I think season 3's just been very solid. I mean, I don't like Legata. Legata crocodile tears over Ellen Wolf's doing nothing for me. She's stuck doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. I know it's her friend. Oh, I got close to her this season to try and shaft Miguel. I don't care for Legata. She's like the most powerful person in the building, and she feels the least fucking important.
Yeah, that's it, guys. 7 out of 10. We'll catch you in the next one. 3 episodes to go. Not quite on the level of season 1 and season 2, but really enjoy Jimmy Smits. What I would say is I think without Miguel's character, I mean, this season would be pretty bang average.
Yeah, it would be, because
I mean, the Skinner's not a great... He's just not a great antagonist.
And it's also not really that great, because it hasn't really become personal until Anton's been took.
Yeah, so I mean, I think without Miguel, season 3 would be... It would be a pretty bang average season, but I think the scenes with Dexter and Miguel are fantastic, and that's
9 holes, is it?
9 holes, that's it. Anyway, that's it, guys. Till next time.
But episode 9. 9 holes, 9-9.
Peace.